I just want to ask you, what is it that you're seeing and how are you reflecting on this time? What changes are you hoping to make or what are you already making? Just give us a little reflection on this time and how things may have shifted.
I think like so many, and it was so fun to talk to you this morning. I was laughing so hard.
We were
Um,
cracking up. I know.
I know. I just love your spirit. It's so great. I need a dose of you every morning.
Right
But
back
I
at you.
think, I think everybody, I think this time, I think maybe one of the blessings, if you can call it that, is that I think people really are taking a look at their life. I mean, I was used to just running and waking up to 30 to 40 emails a day,
Mm,
juggling, 10 or 15 different vendors for 4 or 5 different events, trying to, yeah, I mean, just going, going, going. And then my time was never there. There was no time,
hmm
I'd get up in the morning and say, okay, 5 to 7, I'm going to check my emails, and that would be noon. And I would, still going. So I think for me, it has been a blessing that I've been able to slow down a little bit and really
hmm
just take a breath and really think about what clients and how I can help my clients, and really being strategic about it instead of just trying to be on that little rat race. And I've really started to kind of put myself first, and wellness sounds like the new buzzword, but it's been so nice to be able to do that. Haley Lott has a great meditation that I've been doing, some breath work with her. Taryn Toomey, who is a dynamite, that I had the incredible opportunity to meet her and her team on a Marie Claire power trip that we worked on a few years ago. And she's got a class like you can't even describe it. It's so incredible. So I've been doing that. I'm on my Peloton, taking calls on my Peloton. So I'm really, for the
That's
first
why
time in a
you were out of
long time.
breath.
Yeah, exactly. I was running. It's just really kind of saying, hey, this is a time for me. I don't have as many emails and I don't have as many
Yeah.
calls. And instead of kind of wandering around like, what's my purpose? Well, a big goal for me is getting healthy, and
Yeah.
that's has been sacrificed by my own doing for so long. And so it's
Yeah.
kind of nice to say,
So
what, I
many
am
of
going to
us.
do this, and I can make that hour to jump on my Peloton, or I can take that hour to connect with friends. I made a list
Yeah.
of friends that I needed to connect with, um, and that I really wanted to make a commitment that every week or every month I was going to touch base and, just spend more time with my nieces, and
Mhm.
just really spend quality time with people. And kind of what we were talking about, I just, you know, I want my life to be full of quality with my clients and my business as well as my personal life. And there's got to be that balance. And it's so easy for it to get out of balance either direction. So,
Yeah.
we're lucky enough to have a cabin, and we've been spending a lot of time up there, and
Yeah.
completely 10 years we've had it, we're never there more than 2 or 3 days. So we have completely cleaned out the entire cabin, DVD DVRs, whatever they're called, we had up there, and old books, and so we've just completely been cleaning everything out and painting and just really trying to simplify our lives. So it's been really nice.
I love that. And I'm looking for the only reason why my face is turned away is because I'm trying to find the author of the book that I sent you this morning. So we were talking about how important it is to listen to our gut and to be listening to our intuition. And so I shared with you a little video
Video,
that
yeah.
was shared with
I
me by
have
a
not
client.
watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to watching.
It's called Hell Yes or No.
Whether it's hell yes with your friends, hell yes, with your clients,
Yeah.
with your business. And, that's another fun thing.
Yeah.
We have a really great group. There's someone in San Francisco who has an incredible table that he puts together every year at the opera. And 3 years ago, he put this table together. None of us knew each other, except for we all knew the host and his beautiful wife. And we've all become such good friends, all different walks of life. And we're all super close. So we've been doing Zoom calls. One of them sends treats. I
Have
just sent
you?
cookies out to everybody. So just like trying to connect more and just bring some joy to people's life,
Yeah.
and just like a quick text, a quick hello. Jesse Etzler, who I'm absolutely obsessed with. Everyone should listen to him. He's such a motivator, but it takes 30 seconds to send a text to someone. So just really trying to
hmm
make the time to make a difference and be authentic, and you know enjoy life a little more.
Yeah.
So
We were talking about the types of quality or the types of people that we want in our lives too, and that it's really important for there to be some alignment. And one thing we talked about was how my life is really imperfect, but I try to have a purpose-driven life in having impact on community and others, making sure that I'm taking care of myself and that I'm caring for and loving my family, my friends, my clients. And, this podcast is really all about trying to bridge any gaps that we have between the field and also just as humans, and to talk about enlightenment in a way. How are we progressing and evolving? And maybe this is not a spiritual podcast. It's not, but it's really trying to get the heart of, what is really, what drives you, and what are some of the complex thoughts that are on your horizon that are really going to lift us all up together. And we talked about the importance of giving back to people. And it is not just through industry. It's not just, when you were working with events and then you came into UCSF and then continued on with your events on your own business and into the new world that you're doing now, which is dynamic and evolving, but that there's a human element behind it all that comes back to your credos or your family way of being. And just curious, where did this sense of philanthropy or supporting community come from? And can you give us an example of that?
Oh gosh, I think, where we grew up in Santa Rosa, which is a small town, but we went to church every week. And so we always took the envelope to church, right? And it wasn't much. We didn't have a lot growing up. We were fine, but I think my parents just always gave back, whether it was to our neighbors or just trying to help or at the school. So I think that's really where it started, but it was a very small level. It was nothing what I've been exposed to later in life. But I think really when I went to work for Nordstrom, and they had a big campaign for all their employees with the United Way at the time. And it was really like your $10 does make a difference. They had different people and organizations come in and speak about, making a difference. And so, at the time I probably started at $10 a week or paycheck, and just grew. And you can see what a difference it makes. And it's so easy. Nowadays I always say skip a Starbucks and donate that. If you donate one Starbucks a week, that makes a difference in somebody's life. So and then honestly, when I went to work for Ronnie and Karen, I saw what they did, and it exposed me to so many different organizations that were doing so good in the community that my way of helping, I can't write a big check that's ever going to make a difference, but I can work, and that's my path. That's my way to give back. And I'm very grateful for that. So,
well, I want to tell you that your gifts do make a difference. Just as you just said, every bit does count. And there's certainly some donors who are mega donors and who are able to create a whole new program. That's one thing, but it does take a village to actually maintain any program and any nonprofit. And I tell you what, right now we're at the stage in philanthropy where every dollar is counted and,
for sure.
Deeply appreciated, because there are some people who have been devastated by the economic downturn of the pandemic. And there are others who have benefited and others who are just, hanging in there. And everybody who's able to pitch in, whether it is at $10 or all the way up to millions of dollars, it does make a difference.
Yeah, just today, someone that I worked with at Williams-Sonoma called just on her own. Her and her husband are making 400 backpacks for kids this weekend for a school in San Francisco. And these kids don't have anything. So she's arranged for lunches with them and said, can you contribute to the backpacks? And I said, absolutely we can. So later tonight, you'll be getting a little link to help contribute to the goods of the backpack. But there's so many people, and why we're all struggling in different ways during, whether it's financial and health wise or a combination of both. I just feel like I'm blessed, and I'm really grateful for everything I have, and I have to give back. Now, I don't have a lot to give right now, but I can certainly support the backpack. So, we're happy to jump in and help wherever we can. I think if everyone just learned that from an early age, whether it's just donating a pack of pencils to a child who can't afford them, or, donating toiletries through, the Snuggly Soiree account at UCSF, and helping a family who comes to the hospital with nothing and needs that toothbrush. So there's so many ways people can get involved, from the toiletry to naming a building. And you and I have seen everything in between and have gotten very creative on what people can support when they're looking to give. So there's so many organizations. So I just feel really lucky to be able to help in some small way.
With this latest valuable episode, we'd love to thank you for joining us on the Creating Community for Good podcast. If you found today's show valuable, simply visit our website, creatingcommunityforgood.com, to leave a review as well as to get access to additional resources and relevant links from this show. Stay tuned for more episodes.